Hi, it's Kathy Morrison here, Director of Kathy's Music. Today I am here to talk to you about our plans for the fall of 2020. I know that our parents are having to make a lot of decisions right now. We wanted to make sure that you understood what all of your options are so that you could decide how best to move forward. Before I get started explaining the details, I want to take this time to thank our amazing team of admin and teachers. They have really done a fantastic job of transitioning to an online platform and to continue to bring you music in new and creative ways over the last 5 months. And I just can't say enough about how much I appreciate them and how special they are. Parents, I want to thank you for all of your patience and support. You've been amazing, and we look forward to working with you in the days and months ahead. Okay, so let's talk about fall 2020. One thing that's always been important to us is the ability to have choices about how you do things. And we know that now more than ever, you're looking very closely at what your choices are. So let me explain what your options are. I'll start with kinder music, and then I'll talk about group and then private lessons. So hang with me while I get through the whole explanation. For kinder music classes, right now online there's a set of classes that are designed to be done in person. We know that several of you have already signed up for those, and you're looking forward to that. We also know that some of you are now ready to make a change from in-person to virtual. And so we are prepared to help you do that pretty easily. You see, we are planning this fall to be able to do live instruction in person in a socially distanced classroom while also having a few people online at the same time. Our goal is to create the same class communities, but the communities might be divided a little bit between folks in person and folks online. So how will that work? Some parents will have the option to choose online only, and we'll be making those classes available so that you can sign up for a virtual only option with your favorite teacher at the time of day that you've always loved, while other people will be coming in person. Let's talk about the folks that are coming in person. We know things are not going to always go as planned. In the months ahead, you may find that you have a conflict, you may get sick, you may be taking care of someone that's sick, or you may not feel comfortable coming out based on what's going on in the world around you. And so what's exciting about this new model is that if you've committed to come in person, but you want to come online for a specific week or a few weeks or whatever, you will have the ability to easily transfer over to the online class group and still meet with the same group of people. You'll still have your teacher, it'll still be the same time of day, you won't be searching for a makeup option, you'll actually get to continue with the same group until you can come back in person. So you will have flexibility. That's pretty exciting. And we are putting the technology in our classrooms to make that possible. And after the last 5 months of teaching online, we're feeling pretty confident about being able to teach some folks in our classroom with us, as well as a few families online. Now let me be clear, we are going to be managing those class sizes really carefully. So if we have a group of people that sign up online and a group in person, we'll be sure to make sure that we're not above the maximum number for our allowable class size. So it'll still be a very manageable group, but I want to be also very clear that the in-person class sizes have been reduced in order to create a socially distant classroom. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about lessons. Lessons will be similar in that you'll have the ability to talk with your teacher about in-person or online. I know that in some cases, teachers are looking to put together blocks where one block is all virtual and one block is all in person, or even alternating weeks, 1 week in, 1 week out. So you'll be working with your teacher on that in the weeks ahead as we continue to get organized. So I just want to reassure you that you will have options. I want to speak for a moment about voice lessons and flute lessons and even studio singers voice classes. The research right now is leading us to a place where we're not comfortable having those in person. We will continue to look at the research. There is more that is coming out at the end of July, but for now, we are stepping back, and we think that flute and voice will need to be virtual, and it's possible that we'll end up saying the same thing about brass and our other woodwinds. The research is also fascinating, and it's all very different. So we will continue to keep you informed of where we are, and we appreciate your patience. It's another 2 months until everything is supposed to get started for the fall session, and boy, don't we know how the world can change in just a few days, much less 8 weeks. Okay, so let me give you some more information because there are some things that you can expect, and I especially am speaking to my Kindermusik families here. Because we are going with a socially distanced classroom, the class sizes are smaller. It also means that we're going to be changing the way you enter and exit class. We can only have one family come into a classroom at a time, and then one person exit a class at a time. So you'll find that our procedures for going in and out of the class will be changing. And really, it's much like what you've experienced here if you're shopping, say, at Trader Joe's, or you're going into Starbucks to get your coffee. The way you enter and exit businesses is changing. You're now kind of checking the floor for where you're supposed to be, and we'll be helping you with all of that. You'll find that in the weeks ahead, we'll be sending you videos of what our new check-in procedures will look like. We'll give you a bird's eye view into our classrooms and our lesson rooms so that you can begin to see how we're going to be socially distanced, and just to reassure you of the procedures that we have in place. Some other things for our Kindermusik families that are really, really important. Let me go down the list because I don't want to miss anything. One is, from here on out until further notice, we will not be sharing instruments in class. That means that our instruments will be actually a personal instrument kit. Every student will receive their own instrument kit and will have the things that they need for that class level. So the instruments or the kit for babies will be different than the one for toddlers, which will be different for the one from preschoolers, which will be different for the one for young child. Now, young child kids will still end up with their glockenspiels and their dulcimers this fall, and none of that will change, but we use so many other classroom instruments in our curriculum, and now we just have to set things up where everybody has their own kit. So how will that work? You'll actually receive your own kit. You'll be responsible for bringing it to class, keeping it with you. We'll give you a station in your area to do that, and I'll be able to show you pictures of that soon. You'll be cleaning your own instruments, either after class, or if you want to take them home and do it then, it will really be up to you because they're yours. They're yours to keep. But this way, you'll know that what you're touching has only been touched by you and only been cleaned by you. So that should give you another level of confidence. Now, the exciting news is just like before, we gave out instruments during the year. We will continue to add to that kit. Our plan is to add to that twice during the school year. What you won't see this year are CDs. CDs are actually being phased out by Kindermusik with the addition of the new app. And so we'll be taking time to make sure you know how to use the brand new Kindermusik app, as well as how to stream your music the way you've always streamed it. But there won't be CDs anymore. Instead, you'll have instruments. And over time, you'll really have a lovely instrument kit. How about communication? You know, when we did the move to virtual classes, we set up a private Facebook group. We're not going to do that anymore. We want to really streamline communication so you can go one to one place. And so the parent portal will be our new place for everything from the Zoom links that you're going to need for Kindermusik. It'll also have the information for any special bonus events, which now bonus events will be open to everyone. Whether you take class in person or virtually, you'll have the option to participate in our bonus events. So that's pretty exciting. So whenever we have a dance party or we do a special project, we'll be inviting everyone to join us, and all that information can be found inside the parent portal. You'll learn where the announcements come. You'll be able to look on your class and find your Zoom links, and you can stop combing through emails or struggling to find the Facebook posts that you need. This will be a lot easier, and we're really excited that the people who created our parent portal have really created a much more powerful tool for our parents to use. So that's exciting. How about a few other things related to operating with a smaller number of people? The guidelines that we have been given by the state is to operate at 50% capacity. So that means not only are we going to have smaller class sizes, we're also going to have fewer people in the building. So that means that for our Kinder Music Young Child classes, year 1 and year 2, they will be drop-off only. Once the kids are checked in, parents will not stay in the building. And also that's going to be the case for most of our lesson students as well. There are a few rooms we've identified where we can accommodate having a parent in the lesson room with the student, but not every room allows for that, just because of sheer size. So parents, by and large, will not be in our studio during lessons. We don't have room in the common areas for that because we are social distancing for the kids that are going to be going next into lessons. So you can begin now to expect to drop off and pick up your child, but not stay with them. Unfortunately, we won't be able to accommodate siblings coming in as well. So it'll be a very much of a drop-off and pickup, again with a few exceptions. I know a few rooms we can accommodate parents going all the way in and staying the whole time, which I know is really important to some of you, so we're glad that we can continue that in some of the rooms. But by and large, most people will be dropping off their student and then picking them up. Yeah, you'll see this is the case with other things too, not just Kinder Music. But I wanted to start now setting your expectations around that. Let's see, the next thing I want to make sure I cover for you is that starting this year, and this is a big change, so I want to make sure you hear this, is that our Kinder Music families will be charged a registration fee. As you can imagine, our costs have skyrocketed to do business, both in person and even online. We're rewriting lessons. We are restocking our studios with things we've never done before. So there will be a $45 registration fee. It's the same price that we do our registration fee for lessons. The good news is that does include your personal instrument kit, but you can expect that. How will that work? The registration fee will be run in August. We're looking at August 5th to do that, so that's 2.5 weeks out. And then your regular payments will run in September, October, November, December, just like always. So again, Kinder Music families will have a $45 registration fee, and that will run in August on the 5th. And then the regular payments will start in September. The other thing I want to reassure you about is that we will not be allowing walk-ins to come into our studio spaces. So no more free previews, no more walk-ins, just to really protect who's there. It's much like a close contact business. You have to have an appointment to come in. An appointment is a registration in our school. So we want to reassure you that we are really taking a close look at how that operates. Now, we did already announce a lot of the safety protocols that are in place, and you can find those on our blog article online, and we'll be giving you more information. Again, our strategies to really protect the health and the safety of our school is things like social distancing, both in our common areas, in our classrooms, in our lesson rooms, reducing the capacity in our school and capacity in our class sizes. We'll be following the mandate of the state of Pennsylvania regarding masks, which is ages 2 and up for everyone 2 and up, and then also the hand washing. We really are encouraging hand washing. You'll see signage about that. Our staff will be required to do that as well. And then there will be a health check when you check in. So there'll be a new check-in procedure with a no-contact thermometer to take temperatures and just to make sure that there are no symptoms. That will be required for our team as well. And I will want to assure you that our goal here is just to keep our space as safe as possible. What can you do to get ready in the weeks ahead? First, I want you to think about what option you want. How do you want to do music this fall? Do you want to go ahead and do virtual only? Okay, great. We can help you with that. If you're already enrolled for an in-person class and you want to switch to virtual, we can help you with that. If you want to do in-person, those classes are already online. If you want to do a virtual lesson only, go ahead and start talking to your teacher about that so they know that you want a virtual only lesson. We will be sending out more information to help our currently enrolled families understand how they can switch to virtual if you want to do that. And then we'll be adding virtual only options online. Just want to give the people who are already enrolled for fall a chance to switch to virtual before we open wide the virtual spaces so that the people who've already chosen music can have the option that they need moving forward. Again, if you want to do in person, know that you have the abilities to switch back and forth as you need to based on your circumstances. What else you can do after you think about the option that you want is to stay tuned. Folks, we're going to give you updates every week for the next 8 weeks on what's happening and how it's going to play out. We know you need a lot of information. We know you need reassurances. We know you need pictures and videos. So we'll be giving you that as we go. We definitely want you to talk to us and dialogue with us. Once you have a chance to digest all this information from today, we will be sending out a survey so that you can respond and tell us what your questions are and how you're feeling. We also know that what you tell us may change the next month, but we understand that. But we do want to create a forum where you can give us feedback. We would suggest that you start practicing wearing masks for 30 or 45 or even 60 minutes, depending on what your experience with us is. We've been surprised that, once we start getting used to wearing a mask for that long, that we're able to do it. Keep in mind that a 30-minute lesson is probably less than the amount of time you spend in the grocery store. Or a 45-minute Kindermusik class. If you're going to the hair salon and getting your hair cut and doing the regular thing, that's often about 45 minutes. So it's relatable, and we want you to start practicing doing that. We know it's going to be a journey, so you may want to, you've got 8 weeks to kind of work up to the however long you're going to need to be wearing your mask, so you can just take it a week at a time. We do want you to let us know using the change enrollment form if you've already signed up for music and you don't want to do any music this fall, and that option is on our website. We would ask that you carefully consider all your options before requesting a change. And we also really request your patience as we work through the board because people are asking us a lot of questions and we're trying to give them all the answers before we process the changes. Okay, so that's all that I have for today. I know that was a lot. I appreciate your time. I look forward to speaking with you and eventually being with some of you in class, if not online. And if nothing else, we do wish everyone safety and wellness in the weeks ahead, and we'll be in touch. Okay, thanks so much. Bye.